Wedding Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's anime nerdigame review is going to be for Natsume Yuujinchou Roku, aka Natsume in the Book of Friends, Season 6, Episode 9, titled What Flows. And this episode was so good. So this week's episode of Natsume Yuujinchou Roku was an adaptation of Chapter 79. And there was some stuff that was changed in this episode that I actually liked. Like, instead of this part right here, cheer up Nishimura, I'll give you my pudding. They did, like, they said, cheer up Nishimura, there's co-ed bass. I was like, I thought that was better. And again, Tanuma's lines get stolen. Tanuma was supposed to mention the rain and stuff like that. And Natsume's narrations, like, this anime is kind of bipolar on the narrations and the inner monologues, because some of them were there and some of them were skipped. But I understand when some of them are skipped, because they are actually, you know, visually showing it, what he was saying. Like this one right here was, the teachers decided we should all move to the newer building to spend the night. Since the old building lies very close to the river, it has a raised floor. Despite that, it appears the floodwaters still graze the underside of the floor. Like, we didn't get that part of the narration, which would have been nice, but they did show, you know, more stuff of the teachers saying that we'll evacuate if we have to and shit like that. So Nyako sensei saying yo Natsume was skipped. And Nyako sensei, when he said how, you know, he slipped out on the way. And oh my god, this part, I couldn't believe it was skipped, but it was. No, it's just a homeless cat. And a cat? So more of these big-headed cats exist? You really like these cats, don't you, Natsume? And Natsume's like, yes. And then Tanuma says, or this was skipped. I see. So that wild boar tiger cat is actually Nyako sensei. Leaving him behind was too mortifying. and then they mentioned Taki, and I was like, yes, because Taki would just go nuts all over Nyako sensei. I like that they put Taki in here. That was really good. And then this part was skipped about the teacher, that because he got possessed by the mask. He was at this time probably the Nightkeeper's room. And Nyako sensei says, water? And Tanuma says, what are you talking about? And Natsume's narration goes like this. Tanuma looked at the end of the hallway, but he didn't find anything suspicious. There were just bedrooms and a storeroom along the hall. He also couldn't find anything strange inside the rooms, and the hall ended with a wall. Through the window, you could see the river and the places it flooded. And then Natsume says, and then, like, later on in the, like, everything is here. Like, the stuff that I'm talking about is the stuff that was skipped. But later on, there was I want to talk about the mask before I forget. The masks look so good. And so does the goddess, the female kami, the mountain kami. She looks so beautiful animated. I loved it. Like, when she was, like, going like this, to, like, at the very, you know, when she's looking for her hairpin, or at the very end when we see her and she, like, disperses and goes back to the mountain. Oh, that was so pretty. Natsume says, oh, this part was skipped. Well, Sensei, the mask, because the mask is gone now. And Sensei says, huh? What's wrong, Natsume? And inner monologue was skipped right here. It sounds like there was a boat in the back. And Natsume says, oh, and this is when he goes to the shrine. He's going back to the shrine. This part was skipped. I hope that mound can give me some answers. And inner monologue, someone's here. And then the priest, we get to the priest, and the priest line that was skipped was last night must have been scary. It seemed the water flooded all the way up here. I wish that would have been mentioned about, you know, how much the river flooded, like how far it got, because that's kind of important. I would think it would be. Oh, and this part was skipped too, and this part kind of bothered me, that was skipped, was, for example, what about the little boat and the woman in it? And the story itself about the goddess was so well done. It was very well done. I was happy with it. Everything was there. The lore wasn't completely fucked up. Oh, it was so good. Oh, and this narration was skipped too. It seems Tanuma convinced them I freaked out over a bug that was stuck on Nishimura. And the Nishimura line that was skipped was, let's get dinner. Tomorrow's the last day. And then Natsume says, that night I had a dream. And oh my god, the animation for that was so good. The dream sequence was really, really nice. Oh, when Natsume and and Nyako were searching around, and Nyako sensei became, his true form, and he was pawing at the ground. Oh my god, that was so cute. And then another scene that Nyako sensei was just amazing in was when Natsume was playing with him with the little foxtail. That shit was so cute. Oh my god, that was cute. But I think my favorite is when Nyako was pawing at the ground. He's like, it's cute. This part was skipped though from Natsume was, it should be somewhere around here. And as I mentioned, like everything, when we saw the Kami, the mountain goddess, that whole thing was perfect. When she got the hairpin back and she looked up at the shrine, oh, it was so nice. And she's like, it seems that someone is still there watching over me. I really loved that. That was so gorgeous. But this part was skipped. Narration rise. When I returned to the inn, the river disappeared. It was probably an illusion, allowing the Kami to broaden her search area. I was kind of pissed that was skipped because that was kind of important. A Kami to broaden her. That's how I cleared the case of the mysterious little boat. And the last part that was skipped was, Nishimura, get over here. Let's clean up. And Nishimura says, I'll be right here. I'll be right there. Instead what they did, I really thought it was funny, was when Taki showed up and was squeezing the hell out of the Nyako sensei. That shit was so funny. She's like, the Nyako sensei! She's like, oh, so cute! That was so adorable. This episode, like, compared to like what I watched earlier today with Fukumeki Noise, this episode was so much better. It was way better than Fukumeki Noise today. I almost forgot the music. The music was so eerie and so creepy, like it was supposed to be. Oh, so well done. This is what I expect from my Natsume Yuujinchou Roku, or Natsume Yuujinchou in general, is that it's a pretty decent adaptation. It skipped a little bit of the lore, but it didn't skip too much of the lore. Like the majority of the lore was here. The animation was beautiful, and the music was just fit it so perfectly. And the stuff that they added to it, I really, really liked too. The little extra dialogue in the classroom or the stuff with Taki, I really liked it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this chapter in the comment section below. What did you think of this chapter? Do you think this, or not this chapter, this episode, do you think this episode did a better job than the manga did? I'm very curious what you nerdigans think about that as well. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. And if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, or purchase something off the Nerdigans Inc. Amazon wishlist. All of those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel, From Me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!